सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. A person who is mature with a refined intellect decided to find out a thing that which is free from defect in the universe. A person who is mature, refined enough, who has got discriminative capacity, having seen this world with full of doshas, which is mixed with sorrow, dissatisfaction, bondage, all of them, the objects or relations people have some limitations or defects, and that person desire to know or to attain that which is free from defect, dosha rahitam. Defect free thing, is there anything in the world? Once he want to get that sukha prapti, that's called sukha ichha. Sukha ichha or sukha prapti ichha will lead to moksha ichha, desire to be free from sorrow, desire to be free from 3 defects. So sukha ichha leads to moksha ichha. Moksha means what? To be free from, desire to be free from defects, all those defects. Samsara is that which has got 3 defects. So this mature person desire to be free from all the defects. So that sukha ichha lead to moksha ichha. Moksha ichha has to be converted into atma jnana ichha. Dukkha nivritti is possible, or moksha is possible only by atma jnanam. By only atma jnanam, that sukham is possible. Now sukhecha to moksha ichha to next ichha is atma jnana ichha. We can call it as jignasa. Jignasa. Then jnana ichha to, how to get atma jnanam? That atma jnanam is possible only by studying scriptures, shastra ichha. So atma jnana ichha, the seeker of self-knowledge, the jignasu of self-knowledge, has to seek for shastram, scriptures. That knowledge is available only in scriptures. Now he has to sought after what? That shastram, scriptural study. Then how to study? Who can reveal this teaching? The key is not with him. How to open that subject he do not know. Therefore he has to get interest in a guru who can unfold the teaching. So shastra ichha to guru ichha. So these are all the steps we have to remember. Okay? Shastra ichha to guru ichha. Acharya ichha, desire to approach a teacher. Once he has got a desire to approach a teacher, guru ichha, what he has to do? That has to be culminated into shravana ichha. Desire to listen to scriptures through the guru. Shravana ichha. Shravanam will lead to Mananam. Mananam has to lead to Nididhyasanam. Full put together, all the three put together, Jnana Yoga. Shravana Ichcha, Manana Ichcha, Nididhyasana Ichcha. We will see later what is Mananam, what is Nididhyasanam again. So this is the journey of a mature person. This is the journey, spiritual journey of a discriminative person. This is the journey of a person who has got a refined intellect. Sukhechatu, moksha ichchatu, atmajnana ichchatu, shastra ichchatu, guru ichchatu, shravana manana nididhyasana ichcha, that is called Jnana Yoga. In one word you can say, he will take up Jnana Yoga path. Jnana Yoga path margam. Jnana Yoga margam. What is Jnana Yoga margam? Studying scriptures from a competent teacher for a length of time. For what? To get Atma Jnanam. For what? To get freedom from sorrow. For what? To get Sukham. So the whole picture is clear now. Now the next point we saw in the last class. What is that defect-free thing in the universe? Once you approach Shastra and Guru, the Guru says, you are that defect-free entity that is Brahman. You are that Brahman. You yourself are the defect-free Brahman. You have to recognize that. It is not outside. It is not even inside. It is you. Tat tvam asi. Tat tvam asi. I am not able to recognize that Brahman as myself. I know about me as a limited human being with all problems. From morning till night, I know about myself with physical problems, with emotional problems, with other family problems. This much only I know. I know that I don't know that I am Brahman. Then Guru says, you cannot know that Brahman just like that. You can know that Brahman only by a particular method. That method is given in the Shastra. Why particular pramanams? Any knowledge if you want to get. Atmajnanam is also a jnanam. How you get jnanam? Any knowledge how you get? We saw 6 pramanams for that. In the last class I was enumerating one pramanam. Since these are all very, very important, deliberately I am repeating. And this is the foundation. To get a knowledge, pratyaksha jnanam, direct knowledge. So we want knowledge, Atma Jnanam. Can I get this Atma Jnanam directly? Directly you cannot get. Then what is that directly I get? You get pratyaksha jnanam by sense objects contact. Indriya artha samyoga jnanam pratyaksha jnanam. I am the knower, pramata. Object is prameyam. I use my sense organs, instrument, karanam. I get the knowledge, this is a flower. 15 days back I have shown the same flower. This is new flower. Okay. I'll take fresh flower. Okay. This flower. Indriya, eyes. The flower, object. Contact, Janya Jnanam, flower knowledge. Clear? The knowledge born out of contact between sense organs and the object. Indriya Artha Samyoga Janya Jnanam Pratyaksha Jnanam. Pratyaksha Jnanam means direct knowledge. Direct knowledge is that which is born out of sense organs and sense objects contact. Contact born knowledge. Okay? Contact born knowledge. This is called Pratyaksha Jnanam. Sound is a contact born knowledge. The ears and the sound, contact. Tongue and the taste and the object, contact. Touch and that object, contact. Sparsha Jnanam, Sabda Jnanam, Rupa Jnanam, Rasa Jnanam, Grandha Jnanam, all are Pratyaksha Jnanam. This is also a knowledge. Then the second one we saw was Anumana Jnanam. Inference. Anumana means inference. The sound of a car horn is Pratyaksham. Once I listen to the sound horn, that is Pratyaksham, the car sound. I am listening. But that knowledge which is inside in my intellect, the horn sound, it is inference. This is Pratyaksha Kar Shabdam, that horn sound. That is, knowledge is inside. So this is inside the sound. The knowledge of that sound is inference. For example, another example you can take. Fire knowledge is inference. You see, the smoke is Pratyaksham. Now you are seeing the smoke. Suppose, imagine, you are seeing the smoke directly. What you infer, what you doubt there must be fire. So fire is what knowledge? Inference. What you are seeing directly? Smoke. So that is called Anumana Jnanam. Fire is not you are seeing directly, but previously you have seen. That's what Anumana Janya Jnanam. Another example, doctor says you have got blood sugar. Blood sugar is a Pratyaksha Jnanam. What you infer? Pancreas malfunction. Malfunction of your pancreas is inference. Otherwise, why a person get blood sugar? So blood sugar, the report is Pratyakshama theriyaradu. Kannu munnadi. What you infer? Malfunction. Pancreas are not functioning, you infer. You don't infer liver or other organs. You infer only pancreas. You must have some knowledge, Doctor says pancreas are not functioning properly. No, you infer that. This is one example. Now, through these examples, what you understand, co-presence of two things you have experienced previously. Co-presence of two things you have experienced previously. That means fire and smoke you have experienced previously at a time. Previously. Pratyaksham. Now in inference, you are experiencing one. What you are experiencing? Or smoke you are experiencing. You are not experiencing fire. So co-presence of two things what you have experienced previously, now you are experiencing one thing and inferring another thing. I hope it is clear. It is not Anumana, no? You don't have any doubt in this. Okay. Later, second time, if you see even one thing, you infer the other thing. Later you see one thing, smoke alone you see, but you infer other thing also. Previously, two things were present. When, in which pramanam? Pratyaksha pramanalla. Pratyaksha pramanalla fire irukku, smoke irukku. That's direct knowledge. But in inference, you have got only one thing, that is smoke. You infer fire. Based on what? Previous pratyaksha jnanam. Clear? Now this is called anumana jnanam. Parvato vanniman dhumavatvat. Yatha pakashalavat. The mountain has got fire because I see the smoke, just like in my kitchen room. Ippo kitchen room lo fire kadiyadu. Gas irukka. Just I am telling. Olden days, kitchen room. So, simultaneous presence of two things is called vyapti jnanam. Pratyaksha jnanam is vyapti jnanam. Simultaneous presence of two things is called vyapti jnanam. That means coexistence between fire and smoke at a time. That is called vyapti jnanam. So vyapti janya jnanam, the pratyaksha janyama vyapti janya jnanam, fire inference require smoke perception. Fire inference. You want to infer fire. What you require? Smoke. So vyapti janya jnanam anumanam. The next one is arthapatti jnanam. Third jnanam. What are the ways to get knowledge? These are all the ways, margams, methods to get knowledge. So directly you get knowledge. Inference also, through inference also you get knowledge. There is another method through which you get knowledge is arthapatti jnanam. We should learn, this is all this, what am I talking, little abstract, technical, okay? We should know how to think. There is a subject called tarka or nyaya, helps us to how to think. And there is a language, how to communicate. Kanadam paniniyancha. Kanada is the one who is the father of Vaisheshika and Nyaya Shastra. Later Gautama Maharshi wrote sutrams for Tarkam, that Nyaya, but Kanada he gave the signs how to think, how to sharpen your intellect. Okay, don't doze off. This is not for us. Romba kashtamā irukku. This is only meant to make you to think, how to think. That's why I am taking this topic. It's very important. So thinking discipline to understand. Thinking discipline to understand. Language discipline to communicate. You require a language discipline also to communicate. Language discipline can come through grammar, Paninian grammar, Sanskrit grammar. And thinking capacity, discipline can come through studying logic. You are not studying pure logic, just I am teaching only hints I am giving here and there. Okay? How to think. This is what you think, no? Inference, born knowledge, direct perception born knowledge, sense organs contact. So third one is arthapatti. Arthapatti. One is present, one is absent. Here, one is present, one is absent. Here, you presume. You presume. There in, first I'll explain presumption. What is the difference between, last time one student is asking, what is the difference between anumanam and arthapatti? Therefore, I want to clearly explain. Okay, presumption of rain by seeing the water flooded on the roads. Seeing water on the road, you presume what? Rain. So you can never explain about that without rain. You can never talk about that flooded roads without explaining the rain. So the rain phenomenon alone is the cause for this water on the roads. Yesterday, day before yesterday, they got full of water on the roads. Immediately what you presume? Rain. Okay? This is called presumption. Presumption means presuming one event to explain another event. Presuming one event to explain the other event is called presumption. Another example, I say, I presume that you have father. All of you have father. I have not seen your father, but I presume you have father. How? Without father you cannot exist. So I can presume father. In Arthapatti, father is not present here, but I presume you have father. Rain is not here now at present, but I presume rain by seeing the water on the roads. But whereas in Anumanam, while I am seeing the smoke, there is fire. While I am seeing the smoke, there is fire. That means in Anumanam, that both are present. Both are present. What? Fire is present, smoke is present. Even though I am not seeing the fire, there is fire. Is it not? But in Arthapatti, presumption, one alone is present, other is not at all present. When I am seeing the flooded roads, is there rain? There is no rain. What am I seeing? Only water. I am seeing you here, but I am not seeing your father. I am presuming you have father. See the difference between Anumana and Arthapatti. In Anumana, both the two things are present, but I see one thing alone. In Arthapatti, I see only one thing, and the other thing I presume. It is not there. I presume. I hope you have understood. If you have not understood, go and read again the notes. Okay. This is called presumption. Now the next is called upamanam. You get through Arthapatti also. Fourth one is upamanam. Through Arthapatti also you got knowledge. What knowledge you got? Rain knowledge you got. You have got father knowledge I got. Is it not? In Arthapatti also I got jnanam. See, for Brahma Jnanam, these are all not useful and we have to establish. That's why I am teaching. Why, Swamini, you are teaching all these things? You may get doubt. I am saying, I am teaching all these pramanams. These pramanams are not able to give Brahma Jnanam and Cholradakahada. Why they cannot give another? If you understand all of them only, you can understand later. Okay? That's why I am explaining. The fourth one is upamanam, comparison. Comparison, knowing one thing by comparing with another. Suppose, knowing one thing by comparing with another. Suppose a person goes to a forest and he sees a wild animal there, Gavayaha. He sees a wild animal. Immediately he compare and recognize that this is a cow. It is a wild animal. It's same looking like a cow in my village, in my house. So he compares. He gets the knowledge of this wild animal as Gavayaha, cows. He gets the knowledge because of comparison, similarity. Upamanam dvara api jnanam sambhavati. Upamanam and a comparison. Then the fifth one is called anupalabdhi, absence. Abhava jnanam. Upamana janya jnanam, Now, abhavajanya jnanam. Abhava means absence. It is abhava jnanam. Knowledge of absent of a thing is called anupalabdhi. Absence of a thing does not have a color and form. Suppose here there is no flower. On the table, on the desk there is a flower. But on the table, don't see the cloth flowers. Okay. A real flower is not there. Absence. You got the knowledge. What knowledge? There is no flower. There is no flower is a knowledge or not? Knowledge. But what type of knowledge? Have you seen the flower color? Have you seen the flower form? No. Without seeing the color of the flower, without seeing the form of the flower, you got the knowledge of that flower. What knowledge? There is no flower. That is also a knowledge. Sometimes we get a knowledge by their absence. By their absence. This is called abhava jnane pramanam anupalabdhihi. You know absence of flower by non-perception. You know the absence of the flower. Knowing is what? Knowledge. You know the absence of the flower by what method? By its non-perception. This is non-perception here. This is called anupalabdhi. Now, all these pramanams are ruled out in the case of Brahman. You cannot know Brahman through pratyaksha. Up to here we saw in the last class. I know that. Last class in 15 days back. So, I want to revise. That's why I said this is a class, not a discourse. What class teacher does? Revision. Okay? Now, Brahman, I want to get Atma Jnanam. Atman is myself. That Atma is Brahman, which is free from defects. This refined intellect person want to get Brahma Jnanam. This Brahman, it cannot be seen through pratyaksha, through my sense organs. Is not available through sense organs. Why? Brahman is not having color. Brahman is not having sound. Brahman is not having form. If a form irunda kannala paakalam, shabdam irunda kaadala kekkalam, taste irunda arasam, avarku taste kedaiyadu. Therefore, through tongue I cannot get jnanam. Or through the touch, and if he is having any form, konja totti appudu paakalam, ade theriyadu. Ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandham. So therefore, pratyaksha jnanam ruled out. Pratyaksha jnanam, direct perception of Brahman is impossible. This person is struggling to get that Brahma jnana. The Guru sollano, nee kannala paaka mudiyadu, kaadala kekka mudiyadu, mookala vasana paaka mudiyadu, and the Brahman ke onnume kadiyadu. Sense organs and they can contact an object when they have either sound or form or taste or smell or any rupamana, touch to touch pandradhukku. அது ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது பிரம்மனுக்கு. நீங்க எப்படிதான் கண்ணால பார்க்க முடியும், காதால கேட்க முடியும், மூக்கால வாசனை பார்க்க முடியும், இதெல்லாம் முடியாதப்பான்னு குரு சொல்றாரு. அப்படியா? ஸோ பிரத்யக்ஷமா டைரக்டா நீங்க cannot see Brahman. You cannot comprehend Brahman because Brahman is not an object. Ruled out. Then other pramanams also ruled out. Anumanam, Ardhapatti, Upamanam also ruled out. Other three also. Why? All of them are based on Pratyaksham. Previous முன்னாடி பார்த்திருக்கணும். அனுமானம் பண்ணணும்னா முன்னாடி பார்த்திருக்கணும். Presumption பண்ணணும்னா முன்னாடி பார்த்திருக்கணும். ஈவன் பிரம்மன் நீ முன்னாடி பார்க்கவே இல்லையே, பிரத்யக்ஷமே வரலையே, அப்ப அனுமானமும் பண்ண முடியாது, அர்த்தாபத்தியும் முடியாது, உபமானமும் முடியாது, கம்பேரிசனும் முடியாது. So, Anumana, Arthapatti, Upamana ruled out. At least Abhava, can you know through Non-perception Brahman. Brahman is all the periods of time is existent. He is available. All the 3 periods of time he is available. How can you say he is non-existent? Therefore, abhava pramanam also ruled out. Abhava pramanam dvara jnanam also ruled out because Brahman is there. Non-perception மூலமா தெரிஞ்சுக்கவும் முடியாது. வேற வாட் இஸ் வழி என்ன ஒரே வழி. இன்னொரு பிரமாணம் இருக்க, 6th பிரமாணம். அது முன்னாடி போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி சில பேர் கேட்பான், என்ன மெடிடேஷன் பண்ணி கேட்கலாமா பார்க்கலாமான்னா. கேன் ஐ கெட் தட் பிரம்ம பர்செப்ஷன் த்ரூ மெடிடேஷன்? Then Guru says, unfortunately, meditation has not been pointed out as a pramanam for any knowledge. For any knowledge. If you get physics knowledge through meditation, can you get the chemistry knowledge through meditation? Can you get music knowledge through meditation? Can you get dance knowledge through meditation? Which knowledge you get through meditation, tell me, in the world? Which knowledge you get through meditation? No knowledge comes. But what comes in the meditation? Just you imagine all your previous thoughts which are all there in the mind. You just recollect them in the meditation. This is what you do. What you have knowledge, that only comes back and replay and madri. All replay pannradha meditation. So meditation cannot give any knowledge in this world. How meditation can give Atma Jnana, self-knowledge. Therefore, meditation also ruled out. It will not come under even any one of the pramanam. Then what pramanam left out? Shastra pramanam, Shabda pramanam. Why I said Shastra Ichha Priyarda? Meditation Ichha Jolalame. People are sitting in meditation, no? To see Atma. Meditation Ichha ni chollakodadu. Shastra Ichha, I said. Shastra Ichha means Pramana Ichha. What pramanam? Not pratyaksha pramanam, anumana pramanam, arthapatya pramanam, upamana pramanam, anupalabdhi pramanam, but only shastra pramanam. That is, shastram is the pramanam. What do you mean by pramanam? Pramajanakam pramanam. A instrument through which I get knowledge. I told you, I am Pramata, the knower. Flower is Prameyam. Idu gnapakam irukko? Previous class. Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam and Pramanam eyes. Only pra is coming. Confusing. Pramata, knower. Prameyam, object. Pramanam, instrument. Prama, jnanam, knowledge. இது தமிழில் சொல்லணும்னா ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்கிறேன் திருப்பி. I told you already. I am happy to say this. Pramata, Pramanena. தமிழில் அப்புறம் சொல்கிறேன், சான்ஸ்கிரிட்டில் சொல்கிறேன். Pramata, Pramanena, Prameyasya, Prama, Prapnoti. எல்லாம் பைஹாட்டா, எல்லாம் எனக்கு பக்கமே பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேள். You are clear in this definition. I will tell you slowly. You can note. Pramata, Pramanena, Prameyasya, Pramam, Prapnoti. இன்னொரு கால் சொல்கிறேன். Pramata, Pramanena, Prameyasya, Pramam, Prapnoti. இப்போ தமிழில் சொல்கிறேன். ஓகே. பிரமாதா பிரமாணத்தினால் பிரமேயத்தினுடைய பிரமாவை அடைகின்றான். Am I correct? Okay. I hope so. Okay. Okay. பிரமாதா பிரமாணத்தினால் பிரமேயத்தினுடைய பிரமாவை அடைகின்றான். So, when I want to get knowledge, all these are involved. The knower, I am involved. The subject, Prameyam, object is involved. Instrument is involved. So, in the instrument, which what gives knowledge? Prama, Janakam, Prama, Karanam, Pramanam. That's why it is called Karanam, instrument. Why this explanation? Shastram is Pramanam. Just as your eyes are Pramanam to you to see the objects, Shastram is the Pramanam to know the Brahman. Just as your ears are instruments, Pramanam to you to get the sound knowledge, Shastram is the Pramanam to get the knowledge of Brahman. Shastram is the instrument, Pramanam. What it gives? Prama. What Prama? Prameyasya. What Prameyam? Brahman. Who is not Prameyam? That Brahman is myself. That Jnanam is called Prama. I, the Pramata, Brahman, Jnanam, through Shastra Pramanam, I get. That is called Shabdam. Shastram is in what format? Shabdam. All words, full of words, called Shabda Pramanam. Here, eyes Pramanam, is Indriyam, all are Indriyams Pramanam. But Shastram is what? Shabdam. Only words. Words are only Pramanam. So all the other Pramanams are ruled out. Shabda Pramanam only we have taken. That Shabda Pramanam is called Shastra Pramanam. That Shastra Pramanam alone gives Brahma Jnanam. Words are statements, we can call it as words are statements. Verbal testimony. Words are the means to get knowledge. By reading or hearing. You are getting knowledge through hearing. Sometimes by reading. We read so many things. What? Newspapers, magazines. We read so many. And we hear so many words. News we are hearing. Can they give Brahma Jnanam? No. Only Shastra Shabdam Mattunda Brahma Jnanam Kudukum. All other magazines, books and all, local books and all, they don't give Brahma Jnanam. Veda Shabda Janya Jnanam Brahma Jnanam. So what? You have to study only those books which can give the Brahma Jnanam, not other Shabdam. These all Shabdams, what you are listening and hearing, are Laukika Shabdam. Now we have confirmed that Shabda Pramanam alone gives knowledge. Are they confirmed or not? Other Pramanams are ruled out. Only Shabda Pramanam. Shabdam is Shastram. Shastra Shabda Pramanam alone gives Jnanam. Shastra Shabda Pramanam mattume yen solrelana, there are rendu Shabdam irukku. Laukika Shabdam, Alaukika Shabdam ani. The Laukika Shabdam cannot give Jnanam. Alaukika Shabdam alone gives knowledge. Alaukika Shabdam anna Apaurusheya Shabdam. Purusha Buddhi Moolama varala in the Shabdam. In the local magazines and newspaper, all these statements are all born out of journalists. Okay? That's why they may go wrong. Next day they give, please sorry, yesterday news was wrong. Please have a correction. They give correction again. Because Purusha Buddhi. Purusha Buddhi is always have dosham. Spelling mistakes irko. Sentence formation correct tappa irko. One podra chonna unnunu potutuva. Yenna adida dosham. Laukika Shabdam have dosham. That is called Paurusheya Shabdam. Whereas Shabdamlo Apaurusheyam Alaukikam Shastra Shabdam. That we have to take. That Apaurusheyam, which is not born out of human intellect, Apaurusheyam, Alaukikam, which is not available here in local Higginbothams. This Shabdam, in local Higginbothams it is not available. It is Alaukikam. It is not available. Even it is available in some bookshops like Motilal Banarsi Das or Jayalakshmi Indological. These books are available Vedanta Book House. But a teacher who can unfold the book and who can unfold the words, the Guru is having the key. Sampradaya Guru. Sampradaya key is there with the Sampradaya Guru. He alone can open that. Once he opens that key, you know how to open that key. That means the Guru is giving the key to you. Duplicate key, and you can open that Shastra once you study. That Guru got the key from where? From his Guru. Okay, from his Guru he is getting the key, and this Guru gives the key to another Sishya. This is called Samparadaya key. So key can be unfold. To unfold the lock, unlock that Shabdam. So Acharya, Shabda Pramanam, both are important. We have come to this. Now the next question is, all options ruled out. The next doubt question may come. For this only one shloka we say, Pratyakshena Anumityava. இப்போ சொன்னதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு. இவ்வளோ நேரம் நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? This is elaborated by only one sloka. What is that? Pratyakshena anumityava yastupayo na vidyate. Pratyaksha anumanam dwara what you cannot get yastu upayena na upalabhyate. Pratyakshena anumityava yastu upayena na vidyate. Yastupayo na vidyate. Yenam vidanti vedena tasmad vedasya vedacha. இவளை கண்டசோஷம் சொன்னதெல்லாம் ஒரு ஸ்லோகம்ல போச்சு. என்னென்ன, ஏது பிரத்யக்ஷ அனுமானம் மூலமா தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியாதோ அது நீ வேதத்து மூலமா தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியும். தேர்ஃபோர் கோ டு வேத சப்தா போச்சு, அவ்வளோதான். தீஸ் ஆர் ஆல் கிவன் இன் பை சப் காமெண்டேட்டர்ஸ். What Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, why they don't work? Veda says only this shloka. But these are the commentators have given the whole picture. Then comes another doubt. Sorry, Shabda Pramanam. Adi Alaukika Shabdam. Shastra Pramanam. இப்போ புரியுறதில்ல பிரமாணம் என்ன? பிரமாஜனகம் பிரமாணம். இப்போ என்ன பிரமா வேணும் நமக்கு? பிரமா வேறு பிரமா வேறு. தமிழில் எழுதிட்டான்னா பாப்பா பாப்பா ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கும். Jagrata. PRAMA Prama. If you write in Tamil, it becomes what? Brahma. Therefore, please carefully write in brackets. Okay, Praman. If you are writing in Tamil, in bracket you write English also. Pramajanakam, knowledge bonds. That is called Jnanam. Pramajanakam. Any object or a person is available for description if it fulfills any 5 conditions. Now another technical topic. You have to put up with me with this subject. What to do? Now a doubt. How a word's statements can give Brahmagnana? Big prashna. Just words. This is a paper. பேப்பருக்குள்ள இருக்கிறது லெட்டர்ஸ், வேர்ட்ஸ். இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் போய் அந்த பிரம்மன் பற்றி சொல்ல முடியுமா என்ன ஒரு கேள்வி. The description can do. Yes, they can do. How they can do? To understand that, you have to understand another condition also. What is that condition? To get a knowledge, or to give a description. For example, I want to give a knowledge about something and I want to describe it. If I describe that, you will get the knowledge. A description of that object gives a knowledge to you. To give knowledge to you by knowing the description of that object, it requires or it has to fulfill 5 conditions. 5 conditions எது ஒன்று கண்டிஷனாவது ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்ணணும். அது பண்ணலன்னா ஞானம் வராது. அது பண்ணலன்னா ஞானம் வராது. என்னன்னு ஃபர்ஸ்ட், ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், a substance, it must be first I'll give the names, then I'll explain. Dravyam, number 1, it must be a substance. To give a knowledge, to describe about it, it must be a substance. Dravyam means a substance, popularly known as a substance. Rudhi in artham. Rudhi, Dravyam, a substance. Number 2 is jati, generic nature or species, any jati. Then number 3 is property, guna. To employ the words to employ, to describe. Description means words I have to use. To employ those words, that object must be a substance, or it must have a jati, generic nature. Number 2, it must have a property, at least a property. Or I can give the description, at least it has a kriya. It can do any action, kriya. Function, action or function is called kriya. Number 5 is sambandha. Either through relation I can explain, I can describe. I can describe a thing to give a knowledge to you about that object. It must be a substance, or it must have a generic nature, jati, or it must have a guna, a property, or it must have a function, a kriya, or it must have a relation with some other thing. இந்த அஞ்சிலோ ஏதாவது ஒன்னாவது இருந்தாதான் ஒரு பொருள் பத்தி டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ண முடியும். அப்ப நீங்க சொன்ன பிரம்மனுக்கு இஸ் ஃப்ரீ ஃப்ரம் ஆல், அரூபம், அசப்தம், ஸ்பர்ஷம், அகந்தம், அரசம், நிஷ்கிரியா, நிர்குணம் எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டேளே. அப்ப பிரம்மன் பத்தி இந்த 5 கண்டிஷனும் ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. யுவர் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ், யுவர் வேர்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் சாஸ்திரா, ஹவு தே கேன் டிஸ்கிரைப் பிரம்மன். That's what we are going to see now. It says dravyam means a substance. For example, there is a sun. First, for your child, they do not know the sun. What is sun? They do not know. Sun, not your sun. Okay. That sun. That sun is very popularly known. You can experience through that it is a substance. A substance popularly known. I can show, this is the sun. I can show it is a dravyam, substance. So this person, I can give the description of that sun. See, this sun is solar energy. It has got heat, light. You can see, you are experiencing the heat. You are experiencing the light. Very popularly known. It has got a substance. I can give the description of the sun. Wonderful. Brahman is not a dravyam to describe. Then how your words will describe? Question number 1. Your Brahman is not fulfilling this condition. So how can your words, Shabda Pramanam, reveal the Brahman? A lesson is there about the sun, no? Lord, that sun, solar energy. Lot of words are there. It is a dravyam. You are explaining, teacher is explaining, and she brings the students outside also and show that, and she gives the knowledge by describing the sun. Can your Brahman come like that? You said Brahman is not a dravyam, object to show. It is not popularly available here outside to show. Just like the teacher shows the sun, teacher cannot show the Brahman to describe through the words. How your words, to employ the words, you don't have this dravyatvam in Brahman. How your words can describe? A question. How they describe, I will tell you later. First listen. Another condition also your Brahman is having, ஒரு ஜாதி ஏதாவது இருக்க பிரம்மனுக்கு என்ன? Manness, treeness. Suppose mother introduced, this is a tree. Oh, this is a tree. And that child goes to a garden or forest and see another tree. Oh, my mother taught me, same like this also belongs to treeness, Vriksha Jati. This man, Manushya Jati, he sees another man somewhere. Oh, he is also belong to Manushya Jati. I saw a Manushya there. This person also looks like a Manushya, comes closer, therefore Manushya Jati. Jati, through Jati you can give description. Manushya is one who is having 2 legs, 2 hands. 2 legs, 2 hands. Oh, 2 legs, 2 hands. This person goes and see another person also. Oh, 2 legs, 2 hands. Oh, even kuda appude manusha jati. Oh, appadiya. Tree is that which has got a trunk, branches, leaves. Oh, he sees another tree somewhere far away. Oh, this is also has got branch, tree, leaves and all. Oh, this is also vriksha jati. Not which jati? Manusha jati. Manusha jati he can decipher. Vriksha jati he can decipher. He can know through the jati. You can give a knowledge, a description through a jati. Jati. Species and chalva. Human species, tree species, animal species, insect species, reptile species. Irko illiyo? Description கொடுக்க முடியுமா முடியாதா? Brahman is not come under any jati. To show one person you see human being, another human being you can tally. Brahman ekaha. Brahman is sajatiya, vijatiya, swagata, bheda, rahitaha. Through jati also you cannot describe Brahman. Brahman lo jati kuda illiye. How your words can describe? Even though Brahman is not having jati, we describe. அது அப்புறம் சொல்றேன் எப்படி ani. In the 5 conditionsல வரலையே. How can you employ these words? Veda shabdam you cannot employ. No, I can employ. That is the greatness of Shastra. இதெல்லாம் big analysis. Our ancestors have analyzed how to use the words. They have analyzed and closed the books and they went off. We are breaking our heads how to understand. So jati is not there in Brahman. Species, generic nature is not there. How your words can describe Brahman? This is jati ruled out. Dravyam ruled out. Brahman is not dravyam. Brahman is not jati. If a person say human being, there are many human beings. Many people are standing. Now I want to call a particular person. How can I describe? You can describe by giving the property. Property means a tall man. You call that tall man. There are 20 members, all human beings only. Ella ore jati. But 20 human beings irukkumbodhu, how can I call that person? I want to say for particular person, call the tall person. Through guna I can describe. So you go and call the tall person. There are 4-5 tall persons are there. Tall is a guna. Tallness is a guna. So guna, Brahman doesn't have guna. Nirgunam. How can you show Brahman? Property is not there. Brahman is nirguna. So guna also is not there. How can you employ your words? So Brahman is not dravyam, Brahman is not having jati, Brahman is not having any guna. So tallness is there. So in a particular kriya edavadhu sollalamanna. So there are so many tall people, all human beings. How can I call particular person? And I will say, you know, that human being, that tall person who is walking. Kriya. And nadakarane. அந்த நீளமாக இருக்கானே டாலாக இருக்கானே அவன் போய் கூப்பிட்டுடுவான்னா ஈஸி. ஐ கேன் டிஸ்கிரைப் டால்னஸ் அலாங் வித் வாக்கிங் கிரியா ஆக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஸோ ஹியூமன் பீயிங், டால் பர்சன் அண்ட் வாக்கிங் பர்சன். ஏதோ கிரியா. ஒரு பொருள் பற்றி சொல்லணும்னா ஸ்க்ரூ டிரைவர், டு அன்ஸ்க்ரூ தட் which unscrew that ஸ்க்ரூ டிரைவர், இட் இஸ் a கிரியா. ஏதாவது கிரியா பண்ணும். உங்க பிரம்மன் யூ செட் டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல நிஷ்கிரியா, அவனுக்கு ஒரு கிரியா கிடையாதுன்னாரு. இப்படி என்ன கிரியா வச்சு பிரம்மன் சொல்ல முடியும்? ஸோ அவரில் ஜாதி கிடையாது, கிரியா கிடையாது, குணம் கிடையாது. கொஞ்சம் வேற இன்னொன்று இருக்கான்னா அது என்ன சம்பந்தம். சார் டால் பர்சன், வாக்கிங் பர்சன், ஓகே. தேர் ஆர் 10 persons are walking. 10 persons are tall. Then how can I decipher? How can I know that person? Now sambandha I have to talk. You know that tall person Who is walking? Near the exact that rose garden. There are walking, some people, some rose plants are there. And some people are walking near the grass. One person is walking near the rose plant. You see that person who is nearby the rose plant walking, you call that person Sambandha. What Sambandha? Rose plant and that walking person Sambandha, relation. Appadichanni Sambandham, you can talk to that plant and that tall person who is walking. So other persons are walking some other place. Tall people only, they are walking different place. But this relation also can describe that person. I can know that person. I get the knowledge of the tall person, walking person, and who is near the rose plant. But Brahman is not having sambandha with anything because there is no second thing to relate with Brahman. There is no second thing to relate with Brahman. So sambandha means asangaha. This tall person is having sangha, nearness, closeness to the plant. Brahman is not having closeness or nearness with anything because he is not having relation with anything. Asangaha. Unrelated to anything. He is ekaha. He is asangaha. Nishkriyaha, nirgunaha. Jati is not there. How your words are going to reveal Brahman? என்ன காக் அண்ட் புல் ஸ்டோரி சொல்லி கிளாஸுக்கு வாங்குவான்னு சொல்லி கூப்பிட்டுட்டு யூ ஆர் கன்ஃபியூசிங் அஜான்னா. நோ நோ நோ, ஐ எம் நாட் கன்ஃபியூசிங். Brahman is not an object substance. Brahman is free from properties. Brahman is free from action. Brahman is relationless. Asangohi ayam purushaha. But still I can reveal Brahman. Shastra says I can reveal Brahman. How you can reveal? The revelation can be two types. This fivefold what you can call employment of the requirement to fulfill any description, jati, guna, dravya, sambandha, dravyam, all are ruled out. But still there is a hope for me. That hope is, there are two types of revelation, my dear student. Vidhi bodhaka vakyam, nisheda bodhaka vakyam. Vidhi mukha vakyam. Vidhi mukha vakyam, nishedha mukha vakyam. By giving positive description, I can reveal Brahman. By giving negative description, negative way of definition, I can reveal the Brahman. What is that positive description? What is that negative description? What is that vidhimukha bodhanam? What is that nishedhamukha bodhanam? Even though Brahman is not dravyam, jati, guna, nishkriya, kriya is not there in Brahman, still I can reveal that Brahman. Anna, what a unique teaching that is. It is worth to study. Yes? That we'll see in the next class. Purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.